We need to like create a jingle for the podcast. That's what I need to make next for sure is like a jingle.
I know some people that can make a jingle.
Really?
Yeah, let me know and I could tell them.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you after this.
Yeah, I got you.
That'd be cool, man. I like this jersey. Tell me more about the team. Is this your favorite soccer team?
Oh no, not at all.
No?
It's my favorite player. He played for Manchester United. This is Aston Villa.
Okay.
He played for Manchester United though. Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
He just transferred there for like the rest of the season. So I mean, I support him wherever he goes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite player.
That's cool. I when you could have that one player and then you follow them. That's me and LeBron James.
That's fair. Everybody
me and
with LeBron
for sure. What number is this guy?
He wore 10 at Manchester United, but now he wears 9.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So I'm very happy that you said yes to this, and so we have someone very special on the podcast today. He is the school record holder in the 400 and the 200. He holds the facility record at UCCS with his recent victory just 3 days ago. We're sure to remember every single time he gets on the track. Everyone, just please welcome Kenny Greene, everyone.
Thank you for having me. I mean, it's a blessing to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for even asking me to be here. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just very happy that I got to witness your performance this weekend, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. How was that for you?
A little nerve-wracking. I mean,
yeah.
Always when you run, you get a little nervous and can be very scary. But, I mean, it was just fun. That was the thing that I had to just tell myself, just go out there and have fun, even through the nervousness. So, I mean, it was fun, nervy at the same time, though.
Yeah. And did this, you kind of said, like, you were nervous, but did this meet feel any different compared to any of your recent meets that you've had this season?
400-wise, yeah. I think I put a little more pressure on myself. But for the 200, I didn't make it as big as it needed to be. It just needed to be the same. Just go out there and compete and have fun always. But 400, put the pressure on myself. So.
Okay. And so just to kind of talk a little bit more about what happened. So RMAC championship was just last weekend. It was Friday through Saturday, and the prelims were on Friday, and then we had finals on Saturday, and the men finished 5th as a team, and that is the best since 2005, Kenny.
Yeah.
That is awesome. What does it mean to be part of that team?
It's a blessing and an honor to just be part of that team. We got a lot of good guys on there, good group of guys that work together and just always want to succeed. So it's a blessing to be a part of that.
Yeah, the group of men that got it done are just so talented. They definitely were just, going for every second, every measurement. And so it was awesome to see you guys just really come together at the right time.
Yeah.
And so you had the 200, and then you had the 400, and you're also in the 4x4. And so just kind of take us through the 200. You now have the facility record over there.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, you ran 21:69, and I heard that going over the announcement in the PA, and I was just like, just chills. I was like, yes, Kenny. And you know what really is so cool to see, especially in the way you run, is you have this like kick at the end you just like, it's like some turbo comes on behind you, man, and you just find like this crazy speed towards the end. You have some crazy like finish line. Yeah. Tell me about that.
It's just like it's a thing I've always really had. Like, I've never been really the strongest, but I've always had like the best turnover. So I know how to get my feet down quicker than everybody else. So that's always how it's been in my whole entire track career. Just, I'm not the strongest because I am very small compared to everybody else. But when it comes down to like that line, it's either and especially in the 200, it's whoever's going to get there fastest. And I know I'm the quickest off the ground, so I'm always going to get there first most of the time. So that's just what it is. It's always just that turnover.
And what has helped you with your foot speed, improving that?
Always, a few coaches in my past have like taught me like football stuff. So they do like foot ladder drills and stuff like that, and that's always really helped me. So I've always like been the one like, well, why are we doing football drills for track? But now here we are, and it's just paying off big time. So
Yeah, I definitely had some coaches that would pull out the ladder and then
Yeah.
you'd be all 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, those are definitely the days for sure. I haven't seen a ladder in a minute though.
Oh,
We
no,
gotta pull one out. We
yeah.
gotta pull one out. But yeah, and so your 200, you did an amazing job. You got first, and so what was it like just being on the podium and feeling that your first medal of the RMAC?
It was amazing. I was overcome with joy because, you know, in the past, I've not always been like the best or the one to win it. So just finally like winning something, it was like just overcome with joy and just happiness. So yeah, to get that RMAC medal, it means a lot.
And where is it at right now?
Oh, it's hanging on my wall. I have like a whole medal wall where I just put all my medals, and it's just the first one right there because it's
awesome.
the like first gold one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And who was out there supporting you during the meet?
My mom, my dad, my girlfriend. I mean, of course, my teammates because, you know, they come with us. So just that big group. My sister was watching at home. She had to work and stuff like that. She works from home, so she was watching that. My grandma was watching, so yeah.
That's awesome. What an honor just to be surrounded by so much love and so much people that are behind you.
Yeah.
Like that just feels so much more energy. And isn't it so cool that like conference was at UCCS, like so close to us, only an hour away.
Yeah.
Such a luxury to kind of have for us being here in Denver.
Yeah.
And then you had the 400. You ran 47.42, correct? Was it no? You ran 48.337. And so you said you kind of put a little bit more pressure on that event for you. Was it something more like mentally, or like did you even feel it in like tensity wise in your body when you were out there?
It was a mental thing, simply because the national rankings, you know, I check them like almost every week, and just to see where I sit, like to see how close I got bumped out or if I'm still in, just putting that pressure on myself, because this is the fastest year in D2 Nationals history. So just I wanted to be part of that, and so I put a lot of pressure on myself to go 47 because, you know, at UCCS we get conversions, we get those big conversions, and so I wanted just like a huge conversion. Didn't work out, but, you know, still sitting in a good spot, so we'll see tomorrow if I get in.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to seeing as well. And you've just had a great group of 400-meter runners to kind of train with this year for sure.
Yeah.
Like you and Nalia, you guys were breaking school records every week. It was consecutively. Yeah. And so what did it mean to kind of train with just people that had the same mindset as you?
It's a huge advantage, just having people that like genuinely want to succeed just as much as you do. It gives you that much more of an edge to be like, okay, I can go to these meets and I can go run these times and stuff like that, because, you know, they all train hard, they all want to go to nationals, and we all just want to do it together. So it's just it's a blessing to have them all with me, and a blessing that they have the same mindset as me.
Yeah, and speaking of nationals, we're going to find out tomorrow on Tuesday whether Kenny got in, and he hit the national provisional time at the first meet, ladies and gentlemen. He was cooking right off the bat, and so Kenny, just I'm going to give you your flowers for that, man. That's huge. And so just hitting those times, tell everyone kind of what nationals is. It's the top tier for our division, D2, and this year it's going to be in Indianapolis, March 13th through the 15th. So come talk a little bit more about that.
So nationals, I mean, all the fastest runners are going to be there. You know, the best competition you could possibly get. In Indianapolis, you get one of the fastest tracks in the world, so it's gonna be just the biggest meet you could ever go to. It is, like I said, the fastest year they've ever had in the Division II in all events. So it is one of the most difficult years to get in, most difficult events to get in. So.
Yeah, and exactly like you're saying, this is one of the most intense like years, even in our conference, to make. Like, we have some people that that are just so talented that it maybe even just miss that little like we're on the edge, and even just like the people that you see running at this altitude too is insane, and the conversions like you were talking about are so massive and so helpful. And so let's talk a little bit about your season overall. Wait, no, we got the 4x4. You guys took fourth in that. And so you guys ran 3:21.35. And so tell me about your performance. You were the final leg for that.
Yeah. I mean, I did what I could. After 2 events, going all out is very difficult to go run a 3rd event all out. I just didn't want to let none of them guys down. I mean, I did what I could. I was cramping, all types of stuff during that race, so I did what I could. I'm just proud that we won our heat and was able to get 4th.
Yeah. And what are you doing in between your events to kind of feel yourself for the whole day? Because it's really like the whole day that you're racing. And so is there anything that you like to eat specifically, or anything like that?
I actually don't like to eat during meets.
Really?
I hate eating during meets.
Okay.
It makes me feel like it makes my stomach feel weird, so I don't really like eating during meets.
Okay.
But I'll just like cool down. I make sure to get like a long cool down, and that kind of keeps me somewhat warm for the next race.
Okay.
And then I just like hydrate mostly, and then Tiger Balm. I love
Tiger Balm.
I
Okay.
use so much Tiger Balm.
Do you have the extra strength one? Is
Yeah.
That's the orange one, right? Yeah. I like Tiger Balm too.
Yeah.
You know what? Someone told me the other day that if you put Vaseline on your skin when it's really cold out, kind of like blocks your pores, and like it won't make you as cold. So like use it when you're cold. Like NFL players, they put like Tiger Balm and that stuff, and it helps them as well. Yeah, like that. So I was over here putting Vaseline on my face at practice one morning when it was snowing, and I think it helped.
Maybe I'll try it. I just don't like practicing outside, though, but maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, and so kind of speaking outside a little bit before we go outside, indoor, do you like running on indoor tracks? We got to go to a bank track this season. Was the bank track at least a little nice?
Oh, bank tracks, I have no problem at all with bank tracks. Bank tracks, you're gonna run fast regardless of if you're on a bank track or not. But I mean, we're in Colorado. We don't have bank tracks. I mean, hopefully Air Force will have theirs up here soon.
Yes.
But running indoor in Colorado is one of the most difficult things you can do because these tracks are trash. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, you can't even have conference at mines half the time. So, I mean, except for CU. Thank God for CU.
Yeah, CU. Yeah, and that's exactly where you ran a lot of your fastest times this year. And so that track holds a special place, I'm sure, in your heart.
Oh, yeah.
And let's talk about let's recap your season a little bit. And so you've had you opened up at the CU Potts invite in your 400, and you already had the school record from the gun. You were at you hit it in 48:01 that day, and then Nalia as well. She followed that up with her school record at the same meet, and so that was your opener. And how was that? Did it just kind of give you this momentum that you needed, especially since you hadn't raced in a while?
Yeah, it was just like honestly a finally moment. Like sitting here for waiting a year to run and just getting to finally do that, it was just like a big relief off my shoulders. It just felt so good.
Yeah, I'm sure, just to kind of like be out there and execute it for the first time.
Yeah.
And then the next week you came back to see you, and you broke the 200-meter school record, and that's been over a decade. That record has stood, and so and then you also hit the NCAA Provo that time, and so. Breaking these historic records and knowing that your name's going to go down in history forever, like it's going to be there for a while in MSU's record books. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Just like knowing that all my hard work is definitely paying off, and it's paying off in a big way. It just means so much to me. I think about the record. I thought about the records coming here, but then I was like, just go out there and run, have fun, and then we'll see what comes with it, and the records came with it. So it's just always been, or it's just been fun and just a blessing to just be able to just run and have fun and just have the records come with it.
Yeah, and that's something that's just so exciting to see, and I'm sure that like just all this hard work that goes on behind closed doors is just something that, you know, we say all the time, not a lot of people see, but it's so true because like, you know, coaches having you work so hard, and then you're pushing yourself every day to be the best version of yourself. And so, and then on top of this, you're going to class, and then you also told me you're working in the rec center. And so, you know, we're pushed in multiple ways of life right now. And I think for you to just balance it all is such a huge thing to do, especially in this time. So, and then February 1st at CU again, you broke the school record in the 400 crossing the line in 47.42. That's massive, man. That's huge right there. And that's still your PR, correct? Is that still your PR right now?
Yeah, that's still my PR.
Okay. And so that's fantastic. How did it feel, that race? Did you know coming out of the blocks that, okay, I feel good?
Actually, no. It felt absolutely terrible.
Really?
To start. At the start, I'm not one of the best starters out, so if I don't get out, then it's kind of like, oh, this is going to be a bad race. But it was like I got out slow, and it felt bad, but it was like I'm still in contact with the fastest guy in the heat, so I'm like, maybe this is okay. So, I mean, when we came around the curve, I still, like, the whole race to me just felt slow. And so when we crossed the line and we saw the time, we were just like, well, he was excited because he's like, that did felt fast to him. But for me, it was just like, I didn't know it was going to be that fast because it didn't feel good. So, I mean, it was a weird kind of run.
Yeah. And is that do your races that you know you do really good on, do they usually feel good, or do they feel like, oh man, like is it like, how do they feel?
They usually just, most of them don't feel like anything. Some of them I can feel like, some of them I'll feel strong, some of them I'll feel weak, some of them I'll feel like in a mix of both. But most of the time, good races, I just don't feel a thing. It's just like blanked mind, just my body's just moving just to move. So most of the time, I don't feel anything during my races.
And so when you looked at the clock, who was the first person that you kind of looked at, or like do you remember like just like what your like expression was?
It was kind of thrown off because the guy that I ran against, he was like, we made it to nationals, and like it was just like everybody's coming up to me at one point, so I was kind of like lost. I'm like, I don't know who's talking to. Like, you got one guy over here, you got another over here. Everybody's just like surrounded both of us and just talking. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I couldn't really process it at the time. I didn't process it till like after the meet. But it's like as soon as the race was done, everybody was bombarding us, and I was just lost pretty much. I didn't have a thought in my head.
Dude, we should have like sprayed you in like the Gatorade, get that Gatorade on you.
I was. Maybe that would have like shaken me up and woken me up, but I was just like lost. I didn't know what was going on at that moment.
What a blessing for sure. That's awesome. And then we had our travel trip this year, and that was in Albuquerque. I've only seen this track on the videos prior to this. Very fast track, very historic track for people just to go out there and really give their best. And, you have your 200 PR there as well. And that was 21:47. And so running at lower altitude for you, did you feel it? Was it the bank track that you really liked? What was it about?
I love that bank track. Just because how we talked about earlier, the turnover that I have, it just makes it that much quicker. So it just makes everything feel that much more fun to me. I mean, the race, there was a stumble in it, but I mean, still, it felt fun. I love that track, though.
And excuse me, there is actually higher altitude there. So that's higher altitude, and so you ran your season best in your PR there. Like that's crazy, man. That's huge. And so I think that did that give you any confidence to like, hey, I could run this like wherever now?
It most definitely gave me the confidence to like, I can go anywhere and just run fast, because that's always been a thing I'm very scared of. Like, oh, you can run fast here, but can you go run fast there? But it just showed me that I could go run fast anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that meet. Did you have a great time with the team and everything?
Oh, yeah, it was very fun, yeah.
Good. That's awesome. Yeah, we had a great time there. And I remember during the trip, you actually put me on this song. Was it Hellraiser?
Yeah,
was it that one?
By Slime Get 'Em, yeah.
Yeah. Who else are you listening to?
It varies from time to time.
Okay.
I don't really stick with one artist. I just try to find the best, like, ultimate playlist that I can make. So I don't stick with one artist ever.
Yeah, I added that song to my playlist. Okay. I added that song to my playlist.
Hey, I hope it helps during races.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good one for sure. And so nationals. I saw that you also competed in Gunnison for this. Was that the last chance meet?
Yeah.
Could you tell me just maybe the reasoning of you wanting to compete in that? I know that you had you already hit your times and things, but what made you want to compete there?
Well, I didn't really want to compete there at all. Truth be told, I didn't want to. But it was a decision that me and Coach made because I got bumped out one spot, and we were like, well, let's try to secure a better spot so that way we don't have to wait till Tuesday to know. Didn't do that. Just simply did, once again, another race where, drive 5 hours up there, you're tired, legs are dead, body's dead. You just don't feel good. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it because all the circumstances, but that's the whole story behind it. We just got bumped out and just were like, hey, let's try it.
Okay. And you do a lot for recovery. I see you a lot in the trainers. You're taking care of your body, or you're doing what's right. Is there anything that you would recommend people, or that you kind of like the most out of the recovery?
Thing I love most, of course, the boots. I mean, they just feel good when you put them on and just squeeze your legs.
Yeah.
But mainly, I'd say a contrast bath. I think that's the best thing that anybody could ever do for themselves. It's 5 minutes in the hot, 5 minutes in the cold, 5 minutes in the hot, 5 minutes in the cold, and then end 5 minutes in the hot again. And it just makes your body just feel that much better.
Yeah, especially I was doing that when it was starting to get really cold. That's when it was really nice for sure.
It feels amazing.
But it's good to hear that that really is something that works for you. And so I'm sure people that are listening, they might take that into consideration next time they're training.
Hey, they need that help.
Yeah. Anything that works for Kenny, I'm sure will work for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so going into tomorrow, how do you feel, where are you putting your faith right now? Or your mindset, if this works out, if it doesn't, you're going to be there for the 200 either way, correct? No.
Fastest year ever. So the 200 is way more difficult than the 4 to get into this year. So, I wasn't really caring for it as much. I just wanted to have, I used the 200 to just have fun. The 400 is just a very serious race to me.
Yeah.
But 200 is just fun.
Okay.
So I'm not in it. I mean, we could see tomorrow. I'm still kind of up there for it, so we'll just see tomorrow with that too.
Okay. And what is it looking like for the 400?
400 just need probably 5 people to drop out. 5 people to drop out, and I'm right in there.
Yeah.
But I just trust in God for that. I look at it as if I don't get in, it wasn't my time. It wasn't my time to get in indoor, so I'm not going to dwell on it and be mad about it. On the outdoor, more spots open up. It's easier to get in, I'd say. Instead of having 18 people go in, it's 25. So I think that's a lot easier and that's a lot more doable. But, I'm not really too hung up on it. If I don't get in, it'll hurt a little bit, but I'm not too hung up on it. I'll just trust in God and pray about it every day, just seeing what could happen.
I think that's the best mindset that you could have, Kenny.
Yeah.
For real. And and we're going into outdoors now. Our outdoor season is going to be heating up, and so it's going to be fun to not run in 2 circles in just one. And so we'll be a lot at CSU Pueblo. Have you raced there yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've ran there.
Okay. What do you think about racing in Pueblo?
With the right conditions, it's the best track you can run on in Colorado, I think. Wrong conditions, it just gets too windy. It tends to be like a very open stadium, so there a lot of wind comes in. So, I mean, I love the track. Just given the right conditions, it'll be fun.
Yeah. And have you thought about any goals that you have going into outdoors?
I haven't really set them. I haven't really thought about it. I've been just kind of like focused straight on indoor, just like seeing what I could do indoor. I think I'll take some time maybe today to even look at the goals, or wait till tomorrow, see what happens with the national rankings, and then just go from there, see what we can do with that.
Yeah, and reflecting after your races, it seems like you kind of do some reflecting a lot. What does that look like for you, whether it be in the bus when you're getting home from the meet, or just even when you're at home? Is there a certain, I know like some of our athletes journal. Is there anything that, or is it something mental for you? What do you like to do?
I mean, it's just on the ride home like when I'm driving home from the meet after we get dropped off from the bus. I like to take some time, listen to like some gospel music, but also while like thinking like, how did that feel for you, or what more could you have done? I don't really like to dwell on the what more you could have done, but it's more so like, well, what did you do well, and how can we improve? And then just for the 200, especially, I know for this weekend, I kind of was just like, you did what you were supposed to do. Just be happy at that. And just sometimes that's all it is, just being like, hey, you did what you could. Just be happy about that. Don't really dwell on the bad about it. So, yeah.
And Kenny, you're only a sophomore, this much success at this underclassmen years, what does like that's such a huge like accolade to even have right now. But like, what does it mean to you to know that the sky's the limit for you, man? It
means a lot. Simply seeing where like my progression, seeing that I used to. I mean, a lot of people never knew who I was, or didn't even talk about like how fast I could be. But it's always been a thing that I've known in my own head of just like, you can do this if you just keep doing the right thing and keep doing what you're doing, keep putting your faith in God. Just keep going, and you'll be where you want to be. It's just amazing to just see it all coming finally, and just knowing that there's more there is just even better.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it, Kenny, and I'm looking forward to what the results are for tomorrow. I'll be praying for you, man.
Thank you.
And I really hope that you get in, and I'm just very thankful that you took your time out today to just be on the podcast and celebrate all the accomplishments that you had this season, and I can't wait to see what you go and do going into outdoor season.
Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you, Kenny. Nice.